Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another anime otaku news for you guys, and I'm excited to do more of these videos. I have actually quite a bit of a lineup for this week, so hopefully you guys can watch all the otaku news that I have planned out for you guys. I do have other stuff that I'll be reviewing and posting this your way, some that I have pre-recorded and some that I still have to record once I get back home. So anyways, guys, today is going to be on Japan's box office and a little bit about how different their culture is from ours, for sure. Before anything, guys, if you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing, and also go and check out my other otaku news, especially if you want to keep up with what's going on in the anime manga world right now. So Japan's box office, Doraemon is still in #1 and repeats at #1, beating the Batman movie. Now, this was interesting to me because I actually went this weekend to watch the Batman movie. I'm not only anime watcher, I watch other stuff, and DC is something that I do watch once in a while. I'm more of a Marvel guy, to be honest, but I love Batman as a character himself, and I love his villains. So most Batman movies I for sure am watching. So this was not an exception. I was there in the theater and I watched the film, almost 3 hours long. I don't want to go into details, but it was one of my worst experiences in the theater. But nonetheless, it was a great movie, other than the distractions around me. It was a great movie, great film. It was packed as it can be, being a Sunday, night. It was, I think, at 8:30 p.m. Time, and it was still packed with people. So keeping all that in mind, we can tell that it did well in the U.S. It did really well in the U.S. And as far as I hear from other people, almost everyone that I've talked to has either seen it or is planning to see it this week. So Batman did well, but Doraemon did a lot better in Japan. Now, Doraemon has been out, I think, for 2 weeks now, and it is the 41st featured film of Doraemon, which is, the actual name is Nobita's Little Star Wars, the 2021 version. And the franchise itself earned 281 million yen, or $2.37 million, on admissions on just the second weekend, which is pretty good money. It was down 25% from its original opening week, which was last week, which was, it's been in #1 for 2 weekends in consecutive. But in comparison, 281 million yen the second weekend. The Batman did only 247 million yen, which is still a lot, $2.08 million, with a lot of money, on the first Saturday and Sunday that it was released there in Japan. In total so far, it's won around 800 million yen of admissions and other stuff that they've sold, for the film itself. So the film itself is doing really well. It's not doing as well as the 40th film that came out, which was Nobita's New Dinosaur. Still a Doraemon film, but I think that one came out in 2020, and that one did a lot better. Which, again, you have to consider the year it came out, 2020, the pandemic year. So, or at least the beginning of the pandemic year, because we're still in the pandemic. The beginning of the pandemic, where most people would not go out. Japan had strict rules, and yet still that year, August 2020, when it was released, the 40th film did a lot better than this 41st film, that is beating big movies. Like, the Batman is a pretty big movie. It has big director, big actors. It's not just, any Batman movie. So, in comparison, Jujutsu Kaisen 0, which is another movie, it's the 12th weekend of it being released. It was on 4th place. Jujutsu Kaisen is still doing really well. It's beating some records here and there. It's the 21st top grossing Japanese film in local there in all-time Japan. It just passed Star Wars Episode 1. So the movie itself, on its 12th weekend, Jujutsu Kaisen is doing well, but Doraemon is completely different. Japanese people love Doraemon, and it's not going to do well at all anywhere else but Japan. So, oh well. thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope this was interesting and just kind of, you know, I thought it was a very interesting note that I read online, and hopefully you guys found it interesting as well. So give some love to this channel by commenting, liking, and sharing. Make sure you subscribe. And guys, I'll see you guys next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.